Psalms 18:1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David, the servant of the Lord, who spoke unto the Lord the words of this song in the day that the Lord delivered him from the hand of all his enemies and from the hand of Saul. And he said, I will love thee, O Lord, my strength. Yes, Kala Yehovah Hashem Yahushai, Tawadati Yehovah Hashem Yahushai. Forgive me the spirit to do this video. I want to say all praises to Yehovah Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. And shout out to the house of David and all the sincere Akim. So we're going to look at Psalms 18. There's some gems in there. Lord willing, it be edifying. We're just going to roll in the spirit. Because I was just doing my daily chores just the other day, yesterday. And it dawned on me. It just dawned on me, man. It's all through the power and the spirit of Yehovah Hashem Yahushai that I was able to do it and succeed. And that's just through the spirit I'm talking, because the time's going to come when we're going to be doing some high level things, man. High level things. The men of the Lord will get spiritual power. And I'm just talking through the spirit right now. I've had so many visions and so many dreams. Some of them they're so out there. You wouldn't really know where to start. But some of them are just so out there. Them dreams on spiritual power. Some dreams are for yourself, for your eyes only, man. Some visuals are for your eyes only. So in time, if the spirit's on me, I'm going to get to some of them visions I've been having. So Psalms 18, there's a lot in here. We're going to pick out some bits. I would go through the whole of it, but time wouldn't permit me, man. So let's jump down to Psalms. Let's go to. So we started with 1. I'll read that again. Yeah, Psalms. The chief of the musician, a psalm of David, the servant of the Lord, who spoke unto the Lord the words of the song, this song, in the day that the Lord delivered him from the hands of his enemies and from the hand of Saul. And he said, I love thee, O Lord, my strength. Yeah. Tawada. Love Yehovah Hashem Yahushai. And the feeling was mutual, because he was loved of Yehovah by Yahushai. Hence his name, Dawad, beloved. Right, so he said that he was strengthened, man. He was delivered from the hands of all his enemies. Saul, yeah, because Saul and the house of David were rivals. And there's always rivals in this wicked kingdom we live in. There's always some kind of contrary force trying to come against the righteous. So King David was no exception, and all the prophets there was no exception. They all had some rivalries and obstacles in which they had to overcome, but they always overcame them through the power of the Rakah Kodash. That's the spirit. Saul was his enemy, King Saul, and King Saul, he ended up falling upon his own sword. And that could be another video. Yeah, it reminds me of the pastor that recently died. The wicked so-called elder, which, you know, they ain't elders, man. Them pastors in all the false religions, they ain't really elders. They're just hirelings. Hirelings, man, that don't care for the sheep. They run left the sheep when it comes down to it. They will leave the sheep. So that hireling, so-called elder, that hireling in that Jehovah's Witnesses, what I've been in there, what I was in for over 20 years. Kick the bucket. Good for him. Yeah. Most I made him fall upon his sword, man. That was one of my rivals that came against a sincere, you know, a nobody really. A nobody, but he came against a nobody and he ended up kicking the bucket. The Most High took him out, just like many other. And I'm sure I'm speaking for some other some of the other brothers, the Akim. When you look back, you see many people that had done things to you. Most High took them out, man. There's a whole family the Most High took out. You know, a whole family. He wiped out a whole family of wicked rivals. I'm going back to my teenage, man. I checked up on certain things and I found out he wiped the whole family out. So I do relate to King David. Yes. The servant of the Lord who spoke unto the Lord the words of this song in the day that the Lord delivered him from the hands of all his enemies. He delivered us and all the elect men, the hopeful elect men, the 1/3. He's going to deliver us again, and he's going to continue to keep deliver us. When, you know, when they come in like a flood, Isaiah 59 and 19, man. That's when he's going to lift up a standard against them, man. And from the hand of Saul, and he said, I will love thee, O Lord, my strength. And we're going to get even more closer to Yahweh Hashem Yeshua. He's going to build up our faith when we see what he's going to do for us. So that pastor kicked the bucket, and I used to have nightmares about him. I kid you not. Because that was a wicked demon of a man. You know, Scottish guy, could have been a Jake, but I don't think he was a Jake. I think he was an Edomite. The spirit on him was just too demonic. I believe he was an Edomite. So yeah, Most High took him out. A chief enemy that I used to have nightmares about, visions about, and he was pursuing me, and a couple of times the Most High just gave me wings and I ended up flying away. Yeah. And it's very similar. It's very similar to what David went through. It is very similar when you really look into it. He brought me forth also unto a large place. Yeah. Let me go a little bit. Let's jump down to 17. He delivered me from the strong enemy and from them which hated me, for they were too strong for me. Right. They prevented me in the day of my calamity, but the Lord was my stay. He brought me forth also unto a large place. Right. This is when the Most High abducted, so-called abducted King David from the midst of his enemies. He brought me forth also unto a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. Yeah, he got me out of that Christian church. He delivered me right from the midst of war, because it was pure war going on, and they was trying to conjure up all kinds of tricks and traps to ensnare me. And I was fully aware of what was going on. I was fully aware of what was going on, because, you know, he does his subtle schemes and traps, and some people get caught in them because they're just not aware just how subtle and how scheming that the demons are. You see, and they don't figure them out. But Most High gave me the spirit to figure them out, man, and delivered me, man. You see, Psalms 18:7 says, he delivered me from the strong enemy and from them which hated me, for they were too strong for me. They prevented me in the day of my calamity, but the Lord was my stay. Yes, and he eventually got me out of there, and then he eventually put that demon, so-called elder, to death, because he was overstaying his welcome. He ended up falling upon his sword, just like King Saul did. He brought me forth also unto a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. The Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands hath he recompensed me. Yeah, for I have kept the ways of the Lord, and I have not wickedly departed from my God. Right. Let's jump down. Yeah, jump down to 25. There's so much meat in here. We just got pick out the main points. 25. With the merciful thou wilt show thyself merciful, with an upright man thou wilt show thyself upright. And that could be another video too. It's important to show mercy to our brothers and those that really do deserve the mercy. It's important to show mercy, because when we have to go up there before the Most High, before the judgment seat, we want him to show us mercy, forgiveness. And I know some of you are be struggling with that. You struggle with it. But we need to get over that and just be as merciful. And we got a good role model here. I always look to King David, man, because he was exemplifying in mercy, showing mercy. That's why he was beloved. The word beloved of Yahweh Yahushai. He was beloved by Yahweh Yahushai because he was merciful. With the merciful thou wilt show thyself merciful. With the upright man thou wilt show thyself upright. And if you don't forgive, like it says in the Lord's Prayer, you know, if you don't forgive, that's in Matthew 6 and 9, Most High ain't going to forgive you. If you hold back and you don't forgive your enemies, which are your brothers, not the wicked, not the goyim, and not the ease, you don't have to be merciful to them. But he's talking about your brothers. If you're merciful to them and you forgive them and you let go and you move on, that's how the Most High going to deal with you. If you don't, he's going to deal with you without mercy. And that's important. King David was a very good example. That's why he's our role models, and I know he's many brothers' role models, man. A merciful man. So we want to show mercy, and then more so as we come more to the closer to the end, man. They're gonna try and give us all kind of bargaining chips, bargaining chips, all kind of chips. You understand? And we're gonna refuse because we wanna be accepted by Yahweh Yahushai. Resist temptation, man, and it will flee from you, man. You understand? So we want to have mercy for our brothers. With the pure thou wilt show thyself pure, and with the froward thou wilt show thyself froward. Yeah, a corrupt mouth. You wanna show yourself a corruptible person with a froward mouth. You know, a scheming mouth. Most are gonna be froward with you. That's how you get that. See, he punishes people with the exact same thing that they like to punish other people. Most High's got a way of punishing people. So this is good to understand the Most High, how he deals with wisdom, how he deals with wisdom. He punishes you. Is that everything that you do falls upon your own head, and that's why the ease ain't gonna escape, man. Galatians 6 and 7, man. Whatsoever man soweth, that he shall also reap. He catches you in your own snares. So you're not some people think they're more clever than the Most High, and they get caught up in their own cunning, man. You know, as it says in Ecclesiastes, they get caught up in their own cunning because they think they're more clever than the Most High. You can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time, and you can't fool the Most High none of the time. Yeah, that makes you a fool if you think you could fool the Most High. Right, man. For by thee, where is it? Here it is. For by thee I have run through a troop, and by my God I have leaped over walls. Spiritual power, man. Oh, I've had so many dreams about doing that, and just going through troops and going, you know, it's like one of them superhero movies, man. Taking their gun and just flinging it away, or using it back on them, or letting the bullets go back on them. This is the kind of spiritual power we're getting, man. The video I'll put up on the spiritual power, men will get spiritual power, man. The Hancock movie, man. You know, it speaks for itself, man. Where the train licked him and he just stood there and the train just wrapped round him, man. He just carried on as if there was nothing going on, as if nothing happened, man. So we're going to be doing some supernatural feats when the enemy comes in like a flood, man. As for God, his ways are perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all those that trust in him. For who is God? Save the Lord. Who is a rock save God? Let's jump down. This is the point I really want. Oh, here it is. It is God that girdeth me with strength and maketh my way perfect, right? He maketh my feet like hinds feet and setteth me upon my high places. He teacheth my hands to war, so that the bow of steel is broken in my hand. spiritual power. Thou hast also given me the shield of thou salvation. I'm getting it. Let me take my time. Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand hath holden me up, and thy gentleness have made me great. Kala Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. I want to look into this word here. I want to look into the word. His gentleness, he said there, his gentleness has made him great. But when we look up the word, let's look up the word gentleness. Gentleness. All right, there you go. Humility, meekness. Humility in the online biblical usage. Humility, meekness. So his humility has made King David great. Because as high as he is, he paid attention. As high as Yahweh is, what you Christians call God, he paid attention. He had a lot of concern and interest in King David. King David was beloved of Yahweh. Mildness, royal, concretely. Gentleness, meekness. That's really it there. So his meekness made King David, and we will look at another word. It was the meekness that made King David great. The meekness of Yahweh made King David great. Okay, let's look at this word here. Great, to become great. Be or become great. Be or become many. Be or become much. Be or become numerous. Right, online. Become many, become numerous, multiple of people. Animal, things. Okay, basically that's it. Become numerous, multiple. Make large, enlarge, increase, become many. Yeah, if you had a whole, if you had a whole heap of that, if it was money, you would have a whole heap of it. It would be a lot. It would become many. It would be enlarged. To make much, make many, have many. So you'd be rich if you had a lot of that. A lot of many amount of money. You'd be rich. To multiply, to increase, to make much, to do much in respect of transgress greatly, to increase greatly, or exceedingly, to make great, enlarge, do much. So the humility of Yahweh, Yahushai, made King David great. Yeah. I think I missed. I don't know. Yeah, let me go into the Strongs too. I'm going to bring out some of the points here. A primitive root to increase in whatever aspect. Bring in abundance. Right, abundance. Be in authority. Bring up. Continue, enlarge, excel, exceedingly, be full of, make great. Grow up, right. Grow up, heap, increase, belong, be give, have, make, use, many, a time. I think we got the gist of that really. More, in number. Much greater, more. Make, to multiply. Nourish, plenty. Store, thoroughly, very. So here we go, man. There we go. Increase, man. Increase. Increase, multiply. That's it. Right, man. So the Most High's meekness. We looked at the word gentle. It breaks down to meekness. Made King David great. And that's what we want. So in order to be great, you have to have a look. Some of these qualities like mercy. Yeah, King David was merciful. Yeah, you have to be merciful. Let's look at that one there. Yo, here's another one here. As for God, his ways is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler, and all those that trust in him. See that? You have to have trust in him. And King David was known for his faith. Faith and trust in Yahweh Yahushai. Yeah? And mercy. With the merciful thou wilt show thyself merciful. And that was one of his dominant qualities, mercy. That's why when he sinned, you know, when he took, I think his name was Uriah, the wife of Bathsheba, he did have trouble in his household, but because he was merciful, by and large, he was a merciful man. The Most High didn't put him to death, because the wages of sin, or to fornicate, the punishment according to the law was to be put to death. But he was merciful. The Most High spared him that. See, merciful with an upright. With the merciful thou wilt show thyself merciful. With the upright man thou wilt show thyself upright. Right, so we want to have mercy. With the pure thou wilt show thyself pure. We want to be pure, have pure motives, sincerity. That's why we say double honors to all the elders and the apostles of great millstone, and shout out, rise up to the house of David, and to all the sincere Akim that show thyself pure. With the froward thou will show thyself froward. You got a froward, you're froward in your dealings with your Akim. You're wicked, you're hard, you're rough in the way you're dealing with your Akim. That's how the Most High going to deal with you. It's just plain and simple as that. Galatians 6 and 7, man. Whatsoever a man soweth, that he shall also reap. Straightforward. So, I think I wanted to make a point. There's so much more. I can come back and do some more on this subject of King David. Psalms 18. Because there's so much meat. And there's so much in this. Spiritual powers in this. Mercy is in this. Humility is in this. Forgiveness is in this chapter. Psalms 18. He teaches my hands to war. War is in this chapter. Abduction is in it. He was abducted by a chariot. He was delivered from his enemies, man. When we started in verse 1, he was delivered from his enemies. King Saul fell upon his own sword. Hence he was delivered from his enemies multiple times, numerous times. So we're going to end on this. Psalms 18:35 says, Thou hast also given me the shield of my salvation. He was protected. And the right hand hath holded me up, and thy gentleness have made me great. The humility of Yahweh Yahushua and his own humility made him powerful and great. Kala Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, the Wada, our role model. And we won't be like our big brother, the Wada, our role model. Likewise, Yahushua. Yeah, and we're waiting for that time, hastening the day of the return of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to deliver us out of this wicked place. And we are waiting for spiritual power. He's going to come. He's coming upon us. And I know, I can sense it. I can taste it. Like I said, I've been having visions about it almost every other night. In some cases, very, very, very often through the night, man. So, if the Spirit's on me, I can get into some of those visions I've been having. Yes, man, I want to end it there. Yeah, thou hast also given me the shield of my salvation. Psalms 18:31. And the right hand hath holding me up, and thy gentleness have made me great. Big things is coming. I want to say, rise up to the house of David, Kwame Al-Shu'ala, and all the house of Saul, Shalak Ram be upon Allah, you know. The end is nigh. Be out.